Station Mars 1-2, this is Bravo Omicron Bravo, requesting permission to approach.
Today, I begin my journey to escape from Mars after getting shot down by the people we were supposed to be making a delivery for. I was the lone survivor of a crash, and now I have to figure out what is going on here and ultimately escape from Mars and GCorp, who apparently want me dead. I see some messages on the displays which tell me we were shot down by our own employer. That's one way to downsize, I guess. As I'm piecing together what to do, a voice appears to tell me I don't have access to plans to make atmospheric or hydrogen thrusters.
Okay.
Next, I take stock and find an assortment of tools, guns, and ammo, along with other supplies. I also find some more spare parts in another cargo container.
Okay, alright. It's not so bleak.
This place looks dangerous. I mean, am I behind enemy lines here? I have no idea. But I bravely grab a gun and begin to search the crash site.
Don't shoot, Bob.
Driven away from the ship by the incessant beeping, I begin to gather the supplies dotted around outside in preparation to build a rover and search for help.
Alright, what do we got over here? Turret. Oh, we're hacking it.
As I get close to a destroyed turret on the ground, I begin hacking it to learn how to make these.
Hack it, baby.
It seems the only way to get plans for things that I don't already know how to build is to hack them when I can.
See Bob hacking? This is how I hack.
Searching files. Basic weapon technology unlocked.
Thank you.
Our adversary has full control of the Martian surface.
Next, I learned that GCorp removed all the colonists after obtaining exclusive mining rights,
That's not good.
and is blocking all signals to and from the planet.
Well, that's not nice.
I'm gonna need all the resources I can get my hands on to get out of this one. So I continue expertly sorting the scrap and cargo surrounding me.
Oops, sorry, wrong button.
I found more spare parts, ice, and ammo in the wreckage. I'd need all of that, especially ice, if I wanted to survive. As you may know, Mars does not have a breathable atmosphere, so I'd have to keep an eye on my oxygen, which I can only obtain through processing ice in an O2H2 generator.
Thank you. Beep, 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 beep.
But before I do anything else, I have to stop this beeping before I go mad.
First, where's the beeping coming from? Is that it? Are you the culprit? Shut up. Whew, okay. I thought I was going to lose my shit there. Oh, what does this say?
Now that I can think, I noticed a message from Mabel,
Oh, was that who M was? Can I call you Karen?
who apparently is guiding me somehow. She left me some basic instructions and settings for a Martian rover.
It's friction 60%, strength 10. Okay, that's very good, actually, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I've never built a rover that worked.
As I continue to secure the crash site, I get another voice in my head telling me there is an abandoned GCorp ice mine nearby, and that it has uploaded coordinates to my HUD. As voices go, this one's pretty helpful so far. Better than that low fuel lady, anyway. As I was connecting up everything I had left in the wreck to make it easier to work, I was startled by
You
Karen.
should try to build your vehicles prepared for combat. For especially hostile areas, you could use drones instead of risking your own life.
Can you not yell so loud, please? That'd be great.
I finished the connection so that the medbay would refill my hydrogen and oxygen in addition to my power when I charged.
Yay, it does. Okay, sweet.
As I worked, I noticed my inventory wasn't filling up quite as fast as I was used to.
Oh, I've got 4,000. I can hold more. I'll be stronger. Or bigger, or something.
After taking stock of what I have and what I can make, I began to work on my rover by placing down a landing gear to hold everything in place while I set the building.
Oh, I need a cockpit, bro. I didn't even think about that.
I considered a buggy cockpit, but decided against it for safety reasons.
I don't want to get shot in the face.
And then decided on 5x5 tires.
Yeah, look at them big bad wheels.
Then I realized I didn't have the resources for those, so I was back down to 3x3 wheels. I worked through the night and was interrupted by Karen again, telling me that she was going to decrypt GCorp messages and relay them to me if they seemed relevant. Word. I found out soon that she was able to receive shipment information on cargo being moved between GCorp bases.
Convoy dispatched. Delivery Z9.
Small railgun. Oh, dude, I want a railgun. I don't think Bob's ready for a railgun, though.
By the morning, I was almost finished with my rover. I gave it a large cargo container as I'd need to collect a lot more resources. Gatling turrets on top and the sides, along with a little bit of light armor for protection, and left a space to add a survival kit. I powered it with a small reactor and a battery. I stepped back to admire my work.
All right, this is dumb looking.
It wasn't going to win any beauty prizes, but hopefully it would do its job and keep me safe on this journey.
Corporation records indicate there is a flight research station on Mars with technology blueprints you may find useful. Uploading coordinates to suit HUD.
Thanks.
Finally, it was time to head out.
We are going to the ice mine, baby.
The ride over there was pretty uneventful, but all that changed as soon as I got to the mine. As I rolled up, Kieran warned me to watch out for active turrets.
Be cautious of GCorp security turrets.
Okay. Ah!
I hit reverse and got out of there. It looks like my turret took out the gun, but I shot it some more from a distance just to be sure. Satisfied, I went in for a closer look.
Protect me, turret. Keep your gun on him.
I noticed that the blocks here were heavy armor and started grinding.
Oh, that's nice.
This was a big deal since I have no access to refiners of any type. These contain metal grids, which would be very important to my survival and escape, as they are in heavy armor, cargo containers, and thrusters, just to name a few.
Now Bobby's gonna get some heavy armor.
Then I basically set to salvaging everything out in the open. A windstorm hit, so I decided to head inside. But I noticed a camera, and after the last surprise, I wasn't taking any chances.
Just in case.
After shooting the camera and sawing the doors open, I bravely headed into the mines.
Anybody in here? Oh, what is that? Oh, that's a light. Dude, you don't even know. You about got. All right, let's see. What we got here?
And I was rewarded with the first drill I'd seen so far.
Ooh, with the drill.
Then down the hall, another.
Ooh, a better drill.
At the end of the mine shaft where I expected an elevator,
What's in this?
found a hole that had been covered.
Just your friendly neighborhood proctologist checking out all the holes.
At the bottom, I was greeted with a message.
This mine is
What the
now closed. Security systems are active in operation.
Yeah, stop.
There was a large cavern and a tunnel carved out on one side. I decided to check the tunnel first.
What the hell is that?
I had no idea what it was, so I shot it a few times. Then went in for a closer look.
Oh, God!
Your health is critical.
No shit! Oh, one health. All right, I'll be back. I'll be back. I didn't bring any of my health stuff with me, did I?
After that little encounter, I decided to run back to my rover real quick.
And that's when I remembered I forgot to put a survival kit in, so I could heal myself. Here. Damn it, I think I need to go back.
So, with one hit point left, I jumped in my rover and drove through the sandstorm back to the crash site to heal myself.
Help!
I did manage to make it back thanks to the GPS marker.
Oh, goodness. All right.
I healed up and headed back,
All right, all better.
without making the survival kit. If you haven't noticed, visibility was low.
Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh,
I
God.
about ran into the guard post as I was driving back. Finally out of the storm, I was ready to get back to business.
All right, now let's kill that dude. That was not nice of him.
I stood back where I had initially and opened up on it.
Okay, well, that blew up.
And I found some uranium in the scrap.
Ooh, uranium.
The turret was hiding some kind of control room where I was able to hack in and learn some more technology.
Gas storage technology unlocked.
Then I helped myself to some other goodies they had left laying around.
What you got? Ooh, perfect.
So far, this ice mine was proving very helpful. Hopefully, my luck will continue. I headed to the ice cavern next and followed a path that led down into the ice,
Holy smokes. That hole is deep.
where I found some more great stuff.
Explosives? Yes, please.
And then something not so great.
What the hell is shooting? Oh.
I found a spot to hide and took down another turret.
I get him? Nope.
And by took it down, I mean I ignored it and rummaged through a cargo container until it blew itself up, trying to shoot through the ice.
Stupid.
I picked up some more uranium and headed down the tunnel to see what it was guarding.
Stop shooting, Bob.
It opened up into a larger room filled with machinery.
Is that a rover? Everybody cool?
I searched the room and found another turret waiting for me. This one headshot me, and I ended up back at the crash site with all my stuff still at the ice mine. And with no fuel for my jetpack, I made the long hike back on foot in the sandstorm.
Save my hydrogen to go down the hole, since I don't have an extra tank on me.
After I finally made it back, I recharged my rover and headed back in. I made it all the way back down and realized I didn't have a weapon. Well, I found a gun, but no ammo.
Dude, where's my body?
I had hoped to make it back in time to retrieve my backpack, but I didn't.
effing kidding me?
Realizing I had nothing to attack with except the drill, I headed back to consider my options. I had just lost everything I'd found in the cave so far and was pretty pissed. Uranium, explosives, guns, tools, ammo, all gone.
I got no choice. I gotta go back.
Feeling defeated, I headed back to the wreck to get more supplies. And to top it off, the storm was still raging.
Pretty effing annoying.
I'd also lost my bottles, so I needed to make an assembler to make some new ones along with better tools. But I didn't have enough computers, meaning I was 140 short. I just have to make it work for now. And wouldn't you know it, when I was at my lowest,
Dude, I almost missed that.
I found something I'd almost missed.
Thank you very much. 10 gold. Back to the mines.
At least the storm had finally stopped. I rolled back in, determined to clear the mine. I went down a different way to see what else I could find and came across this cool machine, which didn't work. I also found a data pad someone left.
Corp sees us as needless expense now. Where else are we going to find jobs on this hell rock? I don't know, brother.
The story is starting to come together. It seems GCorp decided to fully automate and got rid of all the humans on the planet. And I'm guessing they didn't fly them off somewhere nice. All this back and forth to the crash site had given me plenty of time to come up with a plan.
So I think what I'm going to do is just shoot the power cable. How you like that?
With the room cleared of threats, I started to explore
All right, now no more dickhead moves like that.
and was able to hack another system.
Oxygen generator technology unlocked.
Oh, thank you.
Now I can actually make an O2 generator and put that ice to use. I tried to hook up the battery to the equipment down there, but wasn't able to do it with what I had at the time. So I started grinding down everything of value and planned my next move.
We're going to make an O2 generator. That's what we're doing.
But I got carried away with the salvaging and almost ran out of oxygen.
I forgot I was running out of oxygen and started screwing around.
And with no sure way to get oxygen at the ice mine, you guessed it, I went back to the crash site.
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
I made it back with 5% left in my O2 tanks. Then I ground down the medical room and packed up everything to drive back to the ice mine with everything I had in my rover. The first thing I had to sort out was power.
There's got to be a battery here somewhere, right? There it is. Okay.
For now, I just throw some stuff down and sort it out later. First, a med room, then an O2 generator. With the storm raging, I got it working.
All right.
Now I had power, health, oxygen, and hydrogen every time I recharged here. This allowed me to breathe a little easier, quite literally.
Problem solved.
I still needed a ton more computers for an assembler, so I ground down everything I could find that held them.
And as I was grinding everything down, I had a little accident. Are you kidding me? All right. I deconstructed almost everything of value in the mine. Deconstructing items in an assembler would allow me to repurpose raw materials, but that was also limited by the components I had on hand. While working on things at the ice mine, Karen chimed in again with info on an illegal weapons testing site or something. I don't know who she thinks she is, but I'm still struggling to survive at this point. But she marked it on my HUD so I could get to it later. Okay. In fact, I'd finally gotten to the place where I could build an O2 bottle, so I didn't have to run back and forth to the med station so often. God, all that work for an oxygen bottle. After getting that sorted and unloading my rover, I decided to go test out one of the convoys to see how soft of a target they were. I needed supplies and they had lots of them. I decided to fire at one of the flyers, but he was just too high for me. As I was searching for another target, I came across something strange.
Greeting Martian colonies. Mickey Scrap is now open for all recycling needs.
Mickey Scrap?
You have 4 jobs, scrap method. We give new, better...
I'm coming, Mickey!
Just follow on
Mickey
better
Scrap
stuff.
showed up on my HUD, and it seemed very inviting, so I went to investigate in hopes of finding some help. Ooh, that's a big one. I decided to leave my rover outside since I didn't know what I was walking into. Wow, this looks awesome. All right, what do we got? Mickey Scrap. Mickey, well, he's very enthusiastic. What the hell?
Mickey Scrap.
Hey, Mickey. I like the music, but we're going to turn it down a little bit. After turning down the volume a lot, I had to look around. Maybe a little more. He had a place to trade scrap metal and would swap it for components, as well as a furnace that would melt vehicles down and return metal ingots. Scrap metal recycling. I don't have any scrap metal. I'll find you some. Whoa. Not going in there. Drop unwanted vehicles and large items. This could be great in the future, but for now, I couldn't do much, so I said goodbye and headed out. Thanks, bro. I'll be back. Oh, and look, another windstorm to help me practice blind driving. That's fantastic. They see me rolling. They hating. Just then, I intercepted a communication announcing a shipment of solar panels. Solar cells. That's what I need. I drove towards it and saw a structure in the distance I needed to check out. But first, I wanted to test my rover to see if I could take out this convoy. Convoy escort? This one had an escort. As I got within 1 kilometer, they saw me and the escort attacked.
Engaging.
I decided to let the auto turrets handle this while I drove. I took it down fairly easily, but my guns were a little overexcited and just wouldn't let up. Okay, stop. Probably should look at those settings.
Best to just let him finish.
Next, I went for the shipment, hoping I could get it before it reached its destination, or called for backup. This one came down easily enough, but they inflicted a lot of damage even after the crash because my auto turrets were not engaging their guns. I had to get out of range and regroup. I was a mess. This light armor didn't hold up at all. Well, we're still rolling, so that's a good thing. It's like all my guns are down. Let's see what's up. Got some scrap for you, Mickey. With no guns left, I decided not to go after the transport anymore as I didn't want to die this far from base. Instead, I went looking for the escort, which I had handled easily. But the signal was gone, and I didn't see the wreckage. Because I was on fire, with no weapons, and 10 kilometers from my base, I thought it would be prudent to head back and reevaluate my plan. It was 2-on-1 now. I didn't get any extra solar cells on my little trip, so I decided to use the hydrogen engine since I had all the ice I'd need. While gathering ice, I noticed the equipment down here was made of heavy armor, so I took it for my rover. This should give me much better protection next time. After getting all the heavy armor I could, I set to building a new rover solely for attacking convoys. I made it more compact, covered it with heavy armor, a Gatling turret on top, and this time I decided to add some decoys to it as well to see if I could confuse their targeting systems. I'd never used decoys, so I really didn't know what to expect. I also figured out how to change the AI targeting options to weapons only. Like clockwork, as soon as I started after another convoy, a storm rolled in. Perfect time to test this in the middle of a dust storm. This time my target was a shipment of reactor components, which would be a great get for me. This one was on the ground and was some kind of hovercraft. I hit it hard and fast, taking out the turret first. I jumped out of my rover with my grinder out and took off. I chased this stupid thing far too long trying to figure out how to make it stop. Even after taking out the batteries, it still kept moving with some kind of voodoo magic or something. But I did get the reactor components, 200 of them to be exact, plus the grids out of all the atmospheric thrusters that it had. I even tried parking in front of it, but it just started backing up. Even after grinding all the AI controller blocks, it still kept going somehow. Frustrated, I headed out, counting it as a success. I think I won. I got the cargo and lived to fight another day, with very little damage to repair. Next I saw a uranium shipment and decided to press my luck. It didn't hold, as I flipped my rover turning too fast. So I went after it with my grinder, and it shot me. Back at base, I came to a realization. I didn't put a beacon on that thing. To make matters worse, I was 12 kilometers out when it happened. I grabbed my rover and went to see what I could find. Of course, I was driving too fast and flipped that one too.
And the Lord spake, saying, 3 shall be the number thou shalt count, no more, no less.
After a triple axle, I landed on my butt. It wasn't too hard to get it tipped back over and continue my trip. Slower. Much slower. By this point though, my body location marker was gone. With no rush now, I decided to head to Mickey's scrap and trade in some scrap metal. Mickey, I brought you some scrap. I traded it in, excited to see what I'd get in return.
Where do you get all this scrap metal? I've never seen so much.
I got a bunch of components that were made only out of iron, so this wouldn't help with my computer and metal grid problem. As I left Mickey's, I noticed that tower I'd seen before and decided to investigate. It was just an abandoned tower with a cargo container, a few supplies, and a solar panel. I grabbed what I could and set a GPS marker. With its location close to Mickey's scrap and closer to the convoy routes, this could be a good staging location, so I don't have to keep going all the way back to the ice mine. Which would be great for times like now when I was almost out of oxygen and far from my base. 4%. Hold your breath, dude. Here we go.
Health is critical.
I suffocated 500 meters from my crash site. After loading up at my base and making sure to grab an extra oxygen bottle, I headed out in search of my other rover, and for a change, I had a nice clear day to do it. It was easy enough to find them out in the open since I could actually see this time. I had lost my battery and had no easy way to power it out there, so I ground it up for components and drove it over to Mickey's scrap. Yo, Mickey! It's your boy Bob. I broke some more shit. I traded out my scrap and tried not to get hit in the head with the components. Back at the base and in the middle of the dust storm, I began the Battle Rover Mark III, engineered with better stability and more heavy armor than the previous model. And twice the firepower. Yeah, 2 turrets instead of 1. I had 139 grids and I intended to use all of them on this rover. It would be my best shot at building up enough supplies to eventually get out of here. Plus, I wanted to get some payback. I had worked all through the night and it was finally time to take her out for a test run. She's not a looker, but hopefully she'll get the job done. She's got a lot of weight up top, but I dropped her low and gave her a wider stance to help her stay upright. I backed up the last set of tires after a test drive, mainly because it looked better. But I'm sure it would help with stability as well. Now for a live fire test. A shipment of explosives was getting close. We need the explosives bad because we got to make gunpowder. Unfortunately, this thing was slow AF going uphill with the safety limits I'd set. Come on. He's getting away. Unfortunately, my safe but slow rover didn't catch him in time. Damn it. And would you look at that? A metal grid shipment out in the open. Don't worry, buddy. I'm coming for you. And just like that, he was defenseless. I set my guns to default after that to try to stop him. They were overzealous again and blew up the cargo container. Luckily, the grids were still there. I'd have to be more careful next time. For now, I had a ship to grind up, until it ran away again. So I sawed it in half, and that seemed to do the trick. I'd say that was a successful test. All right, thank you for your time. With my inventory completely full of new components, I headed back to the mines and watched the Martian sunset. And as I was unloading, I saw my chance for redemption. Another explosive shipment. I need that because I'm basically out of ammo and can break down explosives to make more ammo for my turrets so I can keep helping GCorp with their inventory management. Come on.
Convoy under threat. Possible pirate activity.
Damn right it's pirate activity. I neutered him in just a few seconds. But that dude wouldn't stop. I tried getting in front of him and had to resort to my turrets again. Eventually he stopped, and with the cargo containers intact this time. Score. A load of explosives to go with the grids from my last heist, and I was on my way. I grabbed all I could carry and headed to see Mickey. One day I hope to be able to drag a whole ship here to scrap, but for now this would have to do. I left Mickey's with my cargo full of good stuff and was excited about my prospects. I decided to start working on an outpost at the tower I discovered. It was 2 kilometers from Mickey and about 5 kilometers from several trade lanes. As I rolled up, I noticed something I hadn't seen before in the sandstorm. Bruh. It's effing dangerous. I laid down a foundation and started work on a solar array that could track the sun using a custom turret controller. I got as far as I could, transferred my cargo from my rover to the tower, and headed out to do some more convoy work. Alright, so I need 20 detector comps and 32 solar cells. Yep. In a sandstorm. Man, this weather sucks. This one was flying, but it was low enough for me to get in range with my turrets. After taking out his guns, I switched to targeting propulsion and brought him down to say hello. Just like that, 30 uranium. That should keep the lights on for a while, at least. I ground the ship completely down and was on my way. Nothing to see here. I was pretty close to GCorp's HQ, so I decided to do a little scouting of the perimeter. I saw some turrets and then noticed a vehicle that showed as a neutral signal and decided to investigate. Okay, those aren't red. Maybe it's some stranded scientists or settlers. Nope, it's a mobile rocket launching platform. Oh god, okay.
Scanners have picked up a hostile.
Okay, he's red, he's red.
The location.
Stupid scanners. That's what happens when you get the Walmart scanners. Then they sent a call for backup, and the chase was on.
Target identified. All units converge.
No, don't converge! Oh shit, they're coming right for me. Luckily, my rover was not as panicked as I was, and the Gatlings took out the enemy guns, causing him to back off.
Drone disarmed and returning for repairs.
Yeah, let's just run away. I continued to bravely run away. Run away. Yeah, suck it, drone. That's what you get. And continued to trash talk while I was doing it. As one does. I noticed the rover pulling to the side. Oh, I'm missing a wheel. Well, that explains the pulling. So I put on a new wheel, added some armor over them for protection, and headed to the tower to drop off my cargo and work on my rover some more while I waited for some more juicy convoys to come my way. All right, let's go get that. Maybe we can get some ammo. And then after that, we got to go back to the base, get some O2 situated. As I headed to the supply pickup, I noticed a new signal appear in the distance. MRE Emergency Medical Station. I made a mental note of where it was and kept after the shipment. I really appreciate y'all telling me what's in your shipments. It makes my life so much easier. It's hard being a pirate. Alright, we're good. 300 metal grids. Thanks, guys. There's something oddly satisfying about just taking everything.
Inventory full.
Oh well. No satisfaction for Bob.
Convoy dispatched. Delivery 2338.
Oh shit, I need that too. Just as I was leaving, they decided to send me a computer shipment. Isn't that nice? I desperately needed this, as I was sick of not having enough computers. Come to Bob. Hello. My name is Bob. I'll be robbing you today. 500 computers. Perfect. Those take up no room. All right, I am completely full. Next, it was back to check out the new signal I'd seen earlier. But I noticed I was running low on oxygen again. I'll come back to that. I gotta go. I parked at the tower and jetpacked back as fast as I could, through a sandstorm. All right, let's see if we can make it without hitting a mountain in a dust storm. This time I did make it, and the dust storm was over too. Maybe my luck was actually turning. While I was there, I grabbed some components to fix the assembler, O2 generator, and build a small reactor. Unfortunately, I was 3 reactor components short, so I decided to finish the solar array for now. Of course, I couldn't resist a cargo shipment full of explosives coming through my backyard. Make sure to clean up your mess, okay? Thank you for cooperating. Have a nice day. I'd gotten so much loot that I needed another cargo container at the tower. I decided to throw down a battery and then get to work on a med room. Hold on. While I was working, I noticed something I could build, so I slapped an artillery turret on the back of my rover. This would give me a much longer range, along with a bigger boom.
Jella, boom.
Boom, yeah. I understand boom.
Now I decided to check out the MRE medical signal that I'd seen earlier. Hello? It looked like it was abandoned a while ago, but I was still cautious. This was indeed a medical station, left by the Mars research expedition, and it still has some power. Oh, is that a bed? Oh, I haven't laid down in so long. Oh, dude, it is rusty AF in here. I was able to get this medbay up and running, though, as more medbays is always a good thing. Especially with my luck. The other building looked to be living quarters. Ooh. This was the first platinum I'd seen. Yes, please. I found an O2H2 generator as well, and decided to move it in with the medbay so I could recharge everything at once. I did some other sprucing up around the place as well, while I was there. Now it looks like a medical building. It's the big pill. I removed the HAB building, leaving the hydrogen tank in case I needed it later. Near it, I picked up another neutral signal. All right, be cool, whatever you are. This one looked like an abandoned refueling station. There wasn't much left of it. I marked it with my GPS just in case I needed it later for some reason. There was also a GCorp air research facility nearby, so I decided to have a look and test out the new artillery cannon while I'm at it. You know how sometimes when you just go to have a peek and then you end up on a full assault? Well, that's kind of what happened here. There were bullets flying everywhere. I tried to stay outside of range, but I still took some fire. Stop! My decoys did seem to help, though. I wasn't able to target some of them, so I just had to wing it. Ah, suck it. It looked like I cleared most of the turret, so I headed into the compound. You get it? Time to survey the damage. Hopefully I didn't destroy all the good stuff. Alright, what you got? Oh, better tools. Finally. I checked the first hangar and found some top-tier tools. Next, I checked on the damage I took. I'd say she did pretty good. Now, on to the next hangar. Being careful to check for turrets. This hangar had a big ship inside. I thought maybe I could fix it to use against GCorp. Stop! Or not. That's why I can't have nice things. On to the third hangar. I didn't see anything smoking in here, so I decided to open up the roof to try to drop any turrets that may be hiding. Okay. The coast looked clear, so I headed in. Oh, busted up drones. I want some. The just killed me. What just happened? Good thing I'd restored that medical facility nearby. I hurried back to try to save the new tools I just found before they despawned. What the hell shot me? I had no idea what got me. Damn it! Oh, I see it now. Let's solve this problem real quick. I jumped in my rover and drove it up to say hi. But I had a bad angle and took a beating. Shitting me. Okay, plan B it is. We're gonna grind this bitch. So I snuck up from behind and went to town on it. All right. Time to check out the main building now. Oh, what is this? There seemed to be some kind of flight simulator. Oh, sorry I broke your toy. I had to give it a try anyway. Whee! I'm flying! Look at me! On to the next room. Don't shoot, Bob. This one seemed to be some kind of museum. Recalled due to accidents on Mars. Nickname The Clanger. I cut into the control room and was able to hack into the system.
Atmospheric thruster technology unlocked.
Heck yeah. With atmospheric thrusters unlocked, I can finally make some flying ships too. What does that do? I pressed a few buttons and checked the rest of the building. Uh-oh. I think my work here's done. I was super excited after taking this base and learning the new tech, in addition to all the resources I had now. I need to go back before I die. But I didn't have any bottles on me and needed to head back before I continued the salvage. I was able to top off my oxygen at the med site on the way home. Got it. You know what I didn't look in here? Ooh, dude, the hydrogen tank's half full? Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I felt like I was getting good at the pirate life and started to embrace it. Pirate Bob does whatever a pirate Bob does. Shooting shit out the sky. Sucks for them. Don't ask why. Alright, that's good. Is that a piece of you, or is that a piece of something else I shot? Because if I nailed two right next to each other, that's some nice grouping. No. Between this and the airbase, it's like they're just begging me to make a railgun drone or something. Dude, I'm gonna have to make another cargo container. I'd stop using beacons. Just,
Inventory
that's me.
full. Inventory full.
Thank you for your time.
Seeing all this tech made me realize I needed some serious help if I wanted to have a fighting chance to get off this rock. And as fate would have it, I ran across another survivor here on Mars and was able to enlist him to help me for a few days and teach me how he had survived and eventually escaped Mars and GCorp as well.
Hello there.
If you don't know Kanajashi, you definitely should. He documented his own escape from Mars in an awesome series that you should check out. Link in the description. And tell him Bob sent you. While I had him, I wanted him to help me with offense. GCorp had a ton of drones, and I needed to be able to take them out much more efficiently. Kanajashi started by evaluating where I was.
Hey, this is a good little rover. Oh, and you're doing the sandwich solar panel trick.
Yep.
Nice.
After that, it was time for a live fire evaluation. So we went after a convoy with Gatling ammo that I really wanted.
Can I get you in my rover?
Oh, I can just ride on the roof.
He gave me some pointers about attack distance.
Because its range is 600 meters.
Unfortunately, there was a hill in the way, so I had to get inside 600 meters to engage it.
Okay, all right.
Oh, getting shot.
But it was over pretty quickly.
Oh, at least his weapon's done. Nice.
He then showed me how to immediately stop those annoying rovers by taking out the front two wheels.
It dug into the ground and the friction stopped it.
Okay. I know it seems obvious now, but give me a break. I'd never seen sideways wheels before. We grabbed the ammo and continued the evaluation.
Do you have a flying ship?
No, not yet. I just learned atmospheric thrusters.
Because what you can do is you can grab these things with a flyer and haul them to Miki's and drop them off for salvage. So you don't have to grind it. He'll just melt it into a block of iron.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to do. I saw that big thing over there.
When we got back to base, Kanajashi helped me unload. Then he started upping my game.
We'll do a quick upgrade to your little rover here.
Okay.
He began to install an AI block on my rover.
But an AI block.
I'm scared of the AI.
Don't be afraid of the AI. The AI is here to help you.
That's what they say.
And then Skynet happens.
Right.
I decided to trust him on this, and he added an AI defensive block and explained that it could lock onto targets much farther out than my turret's native AI.
We can use the fact that it locks onto the enemy for offensive reasons.
Uh-huh.
And it would help me increase my shooting range.
It'll actually start shooting at 800 meters instead.
I like that.
And so your turrets now just have 200 meters additional range.
With this setup, we decided to head to the flight research base to do some salvaging and use that to work on some flyers. We talked some general combat strategy along the way.
I'm always in the mindset of take out their weapons and then just dive in like a bunch of piranhas with grinders.
Once we got there, we set a large cargo container down and started filling it. I showed him the fighter I had planned on fixing before the turret tore it up.
It's still worth the fixing, I believe. I mean, it's mostly together.
So we got to work fixing it with components we were salvaging from the base. Then he showed me something I thought was magic.
You can, if you're very, very, very careful, grind down a battery and not damage any of the power cells.
Yeah, careful is not something I lead with, so I'd never have figured that one out.
Did it. And now you rebuild it, and now it's our battery.
What? With the power on and every system hacked to give me full control, it was time to test it.
She should be good to fly out of here. I'll make your door a little bit wider again.
We got it out of the hangar only to notice something odd.
This part didn't come with it.
Oh, it was disconnected.
This was no problem for my new mentor, and he taught me about merge blocks. We could use these to get that wing reattached if we could line it up just right.
Well, we can merge that on.
Yeah?
Have you done that before?
No. I usually just get mad and go do something else.
And you're good. And then to your left. Slide it in. Boom, it's connected.
What? That's it? You don't have to push anything?
That's it. And that is merged, and now they are one grid.
This was like magic to me. It was super helpful, and he made it look so easy. That was way easier than I expected. I probably would have tore it down and tried to build it over. Bam. Just like that, I had a cargo hauler. We can fly. As we continued scrapping, we tried to save some batteries for later use, and Kanajashi did his grinding trick on them.
So you can carry that home, and it will become the basis for a new rover.
For something, yeah.
Or something.
We also salvaged a drone and brought it back too, mainly so Kanajashi didn't have to walk everywhere.
And then it could be like a little attack AI in the future. Look at that. We came here with one rover and a dream, and we're leaving with a rover, a whole flying ship, and a attack drone.
Thank you, GCorp. Back at the tower, it was time to expand. First, a large cargo container to house all our loot. Next, we needed to change up the ships, so we added some connectors to the tower base. Nailed it. We needed more power to charge faster, so Kanajashi set up a quick wind turbine tower right before a windstorm, which was perfect timing to charge me up really quick. I wanted to try using the new flyer I got to carry a vehicle over to Mickey's scrap. So, as soon as I had enough power, I headed out to give it a try.
I should have put some backwards thrust on this.
This did involve taking out a few more convoys. Now to grab the hover ships with my landing gear and take them over to Mickey's.
And you got it. Lift up.
So why not go for 2?
Got it. Lift up.
Got it.
All right. To Mickey's.
It wasn't too bad to fly with them, except that I had to constantly hit the up thrusters as they were pulling me down. I flew over to Mickey's and brought the first ship down just over the scrapping pit.
Yeah, there you go. You're threading the needle. And then come on forward. Perfect. A little bit more forward, and I will disconnect. Sweet. All right, move back.
Apparently, you can only do one grid at a time at Mickey's.
Goodbye.
And with the press of a button, it turned into ingots.
This one?
Yep.
The only button?
Well, after a few minutes of waiting.
Yep, still processing.
Mickey, quit holding out. Oh, there you go. And it's open.
Now for the second one.
Switch lock.
Now, for some reason, I felt the need to go into the pit to examine it for myself.
Have you gone down in there to see what happens?
You know, for science.
No, I haven't. What, do you want to jump in? I'll press the button.
Yeah.
All right.
Run-a-boo!
All right, pressing the button.
I did empty my inventory first, just in case something bad happened.
No! Oh, it disappeared.
It was anticlimactic. Now to get out.
All right, let me out. Mickey, come on, man, be cool. Oh, there's an open-close button down here.
Yeah, it's probably just in case you get trapped in there.
In case some idiot falls in.
Yep.
I am that idiot.
We left Mickey's with a bunch of new metal ingots and headed out to clean up some more trash. We were becoming Mickey's best customers. Well, probably his only one, since everyone else was gone.
Ow.
Oh, in fact, we scrapped so much, I ran out of power.
What the hell? Oh, I ran out of power.
We used the drone to jumpstart my ship.
Should be just enough power to limp up to the base.
There we go. Remember that small reactor I kept forgetting to get the components for? Well, we finally added it.
Putting out 12.64 megawatts.
This would make charging much faster and not dependent on wind or sunlight. While waiting on the recharge, we set to overhaul the ship I got and make it into an actually useful cargo ship. And it turned out pretty effective as a fighter as well. We added a large cargo in the back and ditched the 4 unconnected medium cargoes. Added a Gatling turret on top, then cleaned out some more of the interior to add more batteries, thrusters, and conveyors to make sure everything was connected up this time. I also added the defensive AI I had learned about to increase my Gatling's AI range. Then Kanajashi set up an event controller to help me with my batteries charging faster when I connected, and then reset to auto when I disconnected.
So with all of these batteries on recharge, when we disconnect, we'd like them to go off of recharge.
Yes, so I don't fall down.
As I worked on the ship, Kanajashi went to work on the drone he had requisitioned from the airbase. The redesigned ship had 2 Gatling turrets on the bottom and 1 on the top, as well as an autocannon on the top. It had lots of thrust and battery life, so I shouldn't have to worry about falling down again. Then I made sure to fill in the armor gaps. While I was welding, a lightning storm started.
Lightning has a tendency to strike players.
I'm sure that won't happen to me. Now it's finally time to check out the new cargo fighter, Bob Edition.
That thing is a beauty. Take some screenshots of that.
It's 20 kilometers this way.
We decided to fly over to the secret weapons base and check it out before my time with Kanajashi was up. I was being very careful.
I don't want to get hit by lightning.
Or you.
Did I do much damage?
I lost an engine. You got anything left of your drone? Is it still flying?
Yeah. Thankfully, that was just relatively unneeded stuff.
Yeah, not important.
With a new rear thruster installed, we once again headed to the secret weapons base. But we found a medical base nearby and made sure to fix it up just in case we needed any medical attention.
We have a respawn base.
Kanajashi scouted out ahead with his drone's camera.
I see a facility of some kind, but I do not see any weaponry.
And a weapons research place? That's sussy.
I'm getting a lot of grids. Like, I'm picking up a lot of grids, but they're underground. So my guess is this is just the entrance.
Okay.
To something much larger.
This building was officially labeled as a storage facility, but we knew better.
I see a bunch of cargo containers inside.
We ground down the door and took out the cameras on the way in. There weren't a ton of containers, but we did find a good welder and some medical components. With no visible entrance to the secret facility, we started grinding down the cargo containers. Aha! A hidden door. A ladder down and another door. Kanajashi, being the gentleman that he is, let me go down first.
I'm scared. Ah! Dick.
As I flew back, he took out the turret for me.
Got the turret. Dark, ominous hallway.
Yeah.
Nothing can go wrong here.
I am detecting explosive compounds nearby.
Oh, okay.
We headed down the hallway, and this time, Karen gave me a warning to look out for explosives.
After you.
We discovered a sensor sticking out of the wall.
Oh, wait.
Ah.
We drilled it out to see what we were dealing with.
Oh, yeah, there's a warhead there.
A reactor attached to a warhead with a sensor on it.
And a reactor.
Now we knew what to look for.
Crude but effective little mine.
Dude, would that have blown up if I kept shooting it?
Probably, yeah.
There's another one.
I wanted to shoot one and see what would happen.
I'm gonna shoot the warhead just for funsies.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're backing up.
Alright, well that was unimpressive.
Master Kanajashi told me that with these types of sensors, you had a second or two delay, so you could pop in and back up in time.
Oh, it's not. Whoa!
We found one in the ceiling and tested it.
Hey, that's an easier way to get the uranium.
I was then left unsupervised in a cave while Kanajashi went to recharge his suit.
Ow. I'm fine. I'm fine.
You're alive?
Yeah, 100%.
One more to go, and we arrived at the end of the hallway with another locked door.
Yep.
Nice job.
All right, since that dickhead tried to shoot me in the head like this last time.
Good. Doesn't seem to be anything there.
Ooh, that's a big cave. Holy crap.
We entered a huge cavern with a giant robot thing sitting at the bottom.
What are you seeing there? There's like a mecha-looking dude in there.
What? Where?
Yeah, straight forward and down.
Oh, dude. You like that?
He didn't react to that, so I hopped inside.
No? He doesn't care? Ah! Oh, shit!
God.
Ah!
Are you alive?
No, I'm dead as shit.
Oh, God.
With a freshly cloned body, I rushed back.
Is he out of ammo yet?
Oh, he's still got ammo.
We sat back for a moment and tried to come up with a plan.
I think I see a couple other places you could hide in here from him, but...
I wasn't really listening, though, because I wanted to get to my backpack. As soon as I stepped through the opening, he lit me up.
Wow.
I could hear him shooting at Kanajashi while I'm approaching the building.
I'm distracting him. Go, go, go.
Kanajashi rushed in, drawing his fire.
Oh, he's after you now.
I dove in, found cover, and was grabbing for my bag.
Oh, shit, I almost got my stuff.
Oh, no. Same here. I was in the middle of picking it up.
He get you.
Yeah.
At this point, we didn't have ready access to any more guns.
I got an idea. I think, I mean, it looks like you could stand directly under him if you could get there. Which, if somebody was distracting him, we could, but...
I'm distracting.
And I'm almost there.
Unfortunately, I was too excited and slammed into a rover.
Oh, I just ran into it and died.
Doing this big guy's job for him.
Dude.
Kanajashi had a little more success, however.
What?
I'm below him.
You're below him?
Yes. I'm staring up at his giant robot crotch. I can't move unless I die.
Kanajashi distracted while I grabbed my packs. I found everyone but the first one with the guns and tools in it.
Girders? That's not helpful, guys. How about a gun in the weapons factory?
One of my bodies should have it.
Oh, I got your stuff. I got your first body, I think.
Nice. I'm just gonna have a seat and just wait.
As I watched, I came up with a new plan. Well, more of a hold my beer kind of idea than a plan.
I kind of want to get on his head.
Do it.
With encouragement from Kanajashi, I jumped on and started sawing.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, he's aiming up to you.
Good luck.
Then I slipped.
Oh, God. No, 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 no. Don't shoot me.
Next, I went for the head.
It's okay, he's shooting at me. He's distracted.
Oh, I got his brain.
Lobotomize him!
Remote control. That wasn't it.
Next, the arms.
Which one is it?
His right.
That one?
Yeah, there you go. That's it. He's neutered.
Suck on that. Uh-huh.
Good job.
We celebrated by shooting it in the face and stealing its ammo. Next, we had to deal with the large hangar door. The button didn't work, so we ground through
Activation still failed.
Oh, no.
And there were turrets waiting to greet us. I had picked up a rocket launcher turret earlier, and we set it down. Damn it. But shot it instead because my gun was in my welder spot on my hotbar. As I set down the rocket launcher, the enemy turrets opened fire. I loaded my only 2 rockets and hoped for the best. And it shot the robot, which was already dead. Just to make sure, I guess.
He looks kind of dead now.
Aw.
He's leaning against the wall.
At least something got shot. I tried leading around the corner and shooting at them with my rifle. As you can imagine, it didn't go well.
Oh, okay, he got me. Suggestions?
We could try to have the drone and then... I wonder if we can make it... I wonder if we can fit it down here.
I bet we could. Just have to open up some holes.
Well, it was an idea, at least.
I can't build a drill. Damn.
I can build a drill.
Can you build drills?
Thought I could.
I started to add a drill to the front. The f*** when I got struck by lightning.
4 health.
Yeah, there you go.
Dick.
That's better you than the grids. Can you build drills?
I can.
I shook it off like T-Swizzle and got back to business.
Just place a couple drills on the front of this thing and we get them built up.
While he worked on the drills, I took a shortcut to get my health back.
Geronimo!
In the cargo at the medical station and outbuilding, there were some awesome new tools.
Oh, dude, there's an awesome grinder and welder in here.
By the time I made it back, Kanajashi had gotten the drone inside the cavern. We ground down the doors so he could use the small ship.
I wonder if you could be a distraction.
Like this.
Oh, good. One's down.
Nice. Two down? Oh, Bob's down. Coming back.
I found a forklift thing over here I thought maybe we could use as a shield.
What about this thing?
It did not go as planned.
You can get it to move, yeah. Sure. I just exploded.
Yeah, me too.
I survived somehow, but accidentally killed Kanajashi.
My bad.
So it's all good.
So when you convert that to a ship, it explodes.
Then we got back and headed down the hallway.
Shooting at something, but I'm not being shot back.
And I died somehow.
Ow!
Sensor on the left.
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm bouncing.
No idea. It was probably payback for blowing up Kanajashi. One more mine and we made it to the control room.
Good. Nice.
Then Karen chimed in.
While you were fumbling your way through the base, I found hidden files on the computer network.
Bite me.
Directing output to the nearest display.
I found the computer room and got my hack on.
Oh, I got a hack.
Oh, I got a hack.
Missile technology unlocked.
as well as some rockets and the ability to make all the other weapons, including railguns. We continued searching the secret weapons facility and found some GCorp hidden files and detailed messages between the local crew and GCorp management. Basically, GCorp wanted the land for its resources, but the prices were going up because a group of scientists was working on setting up biodomes as habitation. GCorp doesn't like high prices on stuff they're buying, so they place an agent on the inside to poison the air in the biodomes and kill off all the scientists. All right, so they're bad guys. Pretty dick move if you ask me.
So you can see there's an MRE experiment site over there.
Oh, nice. So we grabbed everything we could carry and started to head out. Then Kanajashi clearly tries to kill me. Uh-oh. Ah! He swears he wasn't, but I'll let you be the judge. Seriously? Oh. Did you make it?
Yes, I survived.
I think you're planting these.
I'm not.
Let me know in the comments down below. Oh, and if you made it this far and like what you've seen, why don't you hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. All right. Back at the base, I decided to stick him in cryo for now until I was sure I could trust him. Or I really needed some more help. With Kanajashi in cryo, I was alone again, but I had a plan. Nay, a mission to build a large rover. I wanted to make something big that I could stick all these new weapon systems I'd learned onto. So, how are we going to start a big rover? Well, let's just see what happens. Having never built a large grid ship or rover before, I was learning as I went. Well, now I want the bigger tires on it. So, it took a good amount of time trying things out and changing things. I'm going to skip through most of that for you. I knew I wanted it to be a fully functional base and have a buttload of guns on it. Maybe I could even use it to carry the other rover. I started with a platform and then laid out the most important aspects first. Starting with a medbay, I worked on the conveyor system and added an assembler, H2O2 generator, small reactor, cargo for storage, and a battery. I put a cockpit in the front for now and put down a battery to charge since I was still connected to the base at this point. Then I worked on building up the sides and added some doors. I took breaks every now and then to rob some convoys if they had interesting enough cargo. Using what I learned, I quickly took down the guns and then its front wheels and had my way with it. After my break, the large rover's battery had enough charge that I felt like I could move it away from the base and work on it on the ground. Unfortunately, I took down the wind turbines in the process. Come on, even I saw that coming. I did have to convert it to a ship since it had started as part of my base, technically. It didn't blow up this time either. I drove it around for a minute, and dang, look at it compared to my tiny little base. I moved the wind tower to the other side of the base so I could have more room to work on my mega rover, and then saw a shipment of reactor components, which was too good to pass up. I need those, please. He offered little resistance. He got stuck on the other dude. I wished the wrecked ships luck and headed back to the base. Good luck, guys. When I got back, I began filling in what I had so far on the rover and set to building up the walls and doors. I worked through the night building out a bridge, if that's even what you call it on a big rover, and I finished out the roof. By morning, I was adding turrets and working on the conveyor system to feed them all. Now that I had all the frames set out, it was time to see if I actually had the materials to build all these guns. I did for the most part. I was still picking up convoys from time to time when I saw something I needed, and to take a break from building. I ran conveyors along the wall and linked them to the guns on the side and top with small cargo container for each pair. This would spread out storage, which seemed like a good idea for me for weight distribution. The next day, I realized I hadn't really tested the new flyer I'd upgraded, so I decided to take it on a grocery run and see how she handled. My plan was to come down right on top of it. I tried to let the top guns get in on the action too by leaning forward, but it was too late. The ship worked great, and I figured I'd take some trash over to Miki's to get some more ingots for my mega rover. Got him. It was really fun dropping them in there and just watching them disappear. Goodbye. While I was waiting on the second one to melt, I saw a shipment I really wanted. Assault cannon shell shipment? Hurry up, Mickey, I got shit to do. I need those. But Mickey was taking his sweet-ass time on this one. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Or maybe it just felt like that because I'm impatient. Either way, I got my ingots and hurried after the assault cannon shipment. That it? It was heading to GCorp HQ, and I was racing to intercept it before it got there. My gats were apparently off because, again, my autocannon did all the work, which caused me to take more fire than I wanted. But I was successful and added 3,000 assault cannon shells to my arsenal. Don't worry, I'm going to give back all of the ammunition I stole from you. I'll even clean up your mess for you. I don't know why that's floating there. But this little guy didn't want to go. Oh, there we go. Don't worry, I'm here to help. Back at the base, I had the inside of the rover basically complete, and it was now time to just fill in the frame. But I had to keep tweaking it to try to make it look less like a box. They kept sending me great gifts as well. Full of artillery shells and assault cannon shells, I was loading up. All that practice was helping me learn the best angles to attack, too. With my ship all black and me working through the night, I was in desperate need of some lights in my rover. That's much better. Don't worry, I'll paint it. And repaint it. And then repaint it again. Eventually, I settled on yellow dust with white stripes and black weapons and an undercarriage. I call it the short bus. I went with white in the driver's area and a black dusty color for the remainder of the floor. I mean, it is Mars, and it's seriously dusty AF out here. The convoys kept coming, and they seemed to be getting bigger. This one had 4 cargo containers and 500 autocannon magazines. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to my hydrogen level, and had left my ship a little too high to reach when I ran out.
Well, damn it.
So I had to hoof it back to base. But I got this great footage of my run and flight back. Isn't it nice? And just look at how my short bus dwarfs everything else I own. It's crazy. With all that ammo I'd been collecting, it was time to load up my new ride and make sure I'd spread the love. Speaking of spreading the love, apparently I had robbed them so much that the convoys were all coming with escorts now. I was getting more stuff, but I was also taking more damage, which meant more repairs. The ship was light armor, and it really couldn't take much of a hit. And it didn't help either when I engaged before remembering to turn my GATs back on. After fixing my fighter for the umpteenth time, I decided it was time to build a new one. This one would have a railgun and heavy armor. I went through a few quick iterations and then slapped some armor on it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It looked like a horny ice cream truck, but it had a railgun, 3 autocannon turrets, and heavy armor. Literally all the grids I had left after the bus. Now it was time to test it out.
Alright, this could be disastrous, but let's see what happens.
I nailed the convoy with a railgun dart from just inside 2 kilometers. Then I went in for a closer look. I'm going to say he hit me because I tried to move. But I got him, right? And then fell out of the sky.
Alright, what happened?
I had lost my thrusters. Not damaged them. They were gone. I set a GPS marker and headed to get help. But remember, I was out of grids, so I couldn't make any more thrusters. I went out in search of grids and ended up in a 3-way, and not the fun kind either. I swear there was only 1 escort when I started, but here we are. I was winning, but it was pretty expensive. I decided I'd grab the batteries from this crash and see if I could turn it into the basis of a new ship or something. Remember when I told you I filled up the bus with ammo and it didn't seem like a big deal? Well, here's why it was. That battery pack still registered as an enemy, and my short bus doesn't really like it when I bring home any strange. Things it doesn't recognize, that is. I'm lucky it didn't take me down too, and now I had to deal with friendly fire repairs as well. I'd gathered enough grids to make the thrusters to fly the horny brick home, but couldn't leave well enough alone. I just had to mess with stuff. The first bullet hit my cockpit, and it was destroyed. After that, I was done. Damn it! I grabbed my big ship and rushed back, only to remember that the bus had just blown up my bottom turrets. Taking even more damage, I had to retreat without getting my bag. I don't even have any tools, do I? I fixed my turrets, adding a third on the bottom, and went back for more. I finally got eyes on what had been shooting me, a damn pop-up turret on the perimeter of the GCorp HQ.
That guy.
Oh, and I just ended up grinding down the ugly brick and calling it a day. At least I didn't lose the railgun. Superconductors were in short supply. I was tired of getting shot at, so I started working on a basic drone just to see if I could even make one. The one I made is almost identical to the one Splitsy did a tutorial on. And yes, I was following the tutorial as I built it since I'd never built one before. I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out. I was still having to grab convoys as they came by because I'd gotten low on some resources building my bus.
I'll take that.
I didn't know why. Maybe I was bored or tired or something, but I decided to go do a flyby on GCorp HQ. I know what you're probably thinking. Bob, that's a bad idea. And you'd be right about that.
Facility scanners have picked up a hostile. Dispatch nearby patrols to location.
It was a fucking ambush.
Apparently they scan farther out than other sites.
Target identified. All units converge.
There was a firefight!
They had drones coming down from above, but I still tried to fight even after losing a turret. And then I lost the other top turret. I didn't really trust my ability to fly upside down, so I ran.
Run away.
target. Being pursued. Drones return to base.
I had no idea where I'd gone. I just ran straight away to build distance. But there was a green marker below me indicating a friendly.
What is this?
I targeted it anyway, and cautiously went to check it out. It was the rover Opportunity from Earth. What a cool find.
Name Opportunity.
I marked it and headed back home. It wasn't until later that it clicked that the rover was an Easter egg. As soon as I got home, I fixed my auto turret. Have you ever noticed that sometimes they fire one shot when you fix them? Well, this one did. Right into my wind turbine. And down it went.
You kidding me?
The next morning, I shook it off and went back to work on the drone. If I could get these down, I could have a fleet of them swarming around shooting at the bad guys. Unfortunately, I had an accident while testing when I leaned over too far.
What the shit?
So I built another one. Oh, I also added some more side thrust. And I know you can't tell from the video, but it was being flown by AI. I was just sitting on it in case I needed to take over.
I did it! I did the thing.
Next, I tested the event controllers. The first event controller was supposed to send it on patrol when the connector unlocked from the base. Next, I tested to see if it would go home when it was out of ammo. I had some trouble with this one, but eventually I got it to work.
Look, Mom, no hands.
I got it to patrol and come home. Now to see if I can get it to attack.
Uh-oh. Did you see something? Are you going to fight?
It did find an enemy and start circling at a good distance and shooting. It kind of shot like a stormtrooper and didn't appear to hit anything.
Come here.
Then I took a few hits.
Nope, 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 nope.
And decided to let the new drone handle its business. I went back to heal and grab a gun before heading back to check on the drone.
I probably should have put a beacon on that thing.
But I didn't see it.
Maybe he made it back home? I don't know. Nope.
I grabbed my big ship and went to finish off the convoy.
I built an AI drone and it flew away.
I'm not sure I want to think about that too much. While I was lamenting my first drone leaving me, I failed to pay attention to the fact that I was flying over my base with a strange enemy ship to take the Mickeys.
I have no idea where it went. Oh shit!
Again, the short bus does not want me bringing home any strange.
Dude. That was excessive.
I still love that. There's something satisfying about dropping your enemies into a big furnace. And looky who showed up hovering above the base.
Is that you? Are you back? Did you come home?
He really didn't tell me where he'd been.
Well, you shot all your ammo. Is that why you're back?
It wouldn't auto-land, so I had to take it in myself. I decided to armor it up. Take off the saddle seat, add a remote control, camera, antenna, and a beacon to it. If you're wondering why it's blue, well, I was working on my ship and was too lazy to change the color when I started on the drone. I couldn't get the remote to work, so I ended up with the seat back on to launch it. I set it to follow and went out on my ship with my own escort. But my escort decided to go home and hover instead. I messed with it some more and tried to get it to follow me again.
Alright, follow player.
After I took it down and went to work scrapping, I kind of forgot about the drone. I did some more hijacking of cargo, thinking I'd see it out here somewhere, but I never did. I had to hope it would come home eventually like last time. Back at the base, I decided to upgrade my ship again, this time replacing the autocannon turret with an assault cannon turret to get more range. I tried sitting back and taking some longer range shots at the cargo drone. It kinda worked. Either I wasn't great at aiming this thing, or it was being affected by wind or something, because the shots were going in different places than expected.
Hello, my name's Bob. I'll be robbing you today.
I jumped out to finish the job.
Pleasure to meet you. Oh my god, why can't I do this? Am I dead?
I think they were taunting me.
Sensors lost track of hostile.
So I took it out on the next guy.
Not so big and bad now, are ya?
And because I'm petty, I made sure to melt him too. I was getting tired of fixing my ship so much. It was fast and had lots of guns, but the light armor meant more work for me afterward. So I jumped in my little heavy armored rover and decided to go for a spin.
Alright, I want to totally redesign this, but now's not the time. I want to go to this airbase. Ooh, reactor component shipment.
The airbase will have to wait. I hadn't been doing a very good job using my range advantage. So I tried to hold back and let my cannon do its job. I could hit them at 1,400 meters and they couldn't even see me until we broke 1,000.
Did that one just blow up?
Enemy detected.
moving to intercept.
I do get impatient though.
Yep, come get you some.
As I rolled up on them, the cargo drone froze, defenseless, and the escort fled in obvious fear.
That guy's running away.
This one was a medium cargo ship and had 400 reactor components in it. Finally, I wouldn't have to worry about that. A nice score indeed, and they didn't even fire a shot at me. Now that's how you do it safely. I just needed to take it down so I could scrap it.
Bruh. Come on.
I'm pretty sure I'm responsible for more dead clones than GCorp is at this point. I rushed back to get my stuff before it despawned and almost did it again. I'm pretty bouncy, it seems. Now I remembered why I wasn't using this. I didn't have enough cargo space. So I decided to work on that. It looked like there's room for a large cargo container. I wanted it to be lower though, so I had to be very careful not to split my trunk in two. Now that I had that in place with an artillery cannon on top, I wanted to do a little redesign on the armor. I decided to take a break and field test it. I forgot to change the settings on the guns, so they were just kind of doing their thing.
Are you making a dance? Oh, that's funny right there. I don't care who you are.
The convoys were getting stronger and using more escorts. So, after the drone debacle, I decided it was time to unthaw Kanajashi and get some more help.
So yeah, I'd like to do some drones, and I'd like to have some more firepower, because it's scary when you're alone out here.
It can be.
I explained a little more about my concerns.
I feel like I need to go into places with more than just me, just so I can distract.
In addition to the drones, Kanajashi had another idea for me.
So, custom turrets. You can use the rotors and hinges to make custom ball bearings, essentially. And then you can put a gun on it and then attach it to the custom turret controller, and it'll automatically aim and shoot for you. And then, because it's completely custom, you can put as many weaponry as you want on it, and as many different varieties. So you could have a thing that has Gatling, or autocannon, or even like assault cannon and railgun, or missiles.
I like the idea of custom turrets. We discussed a few options for my rover.
So because it's so tiny, and it literally can go anywhere, if you wanted to, you could even reshape your rover a bit. You could take these like sort of turret bays and grind them back, and you could have the turret like hanging off the side.
Right.
If you wanted to.
I was starting to like where this was going.
Maybe a long range something on the top and then Gatlins on the side.
That is completely doable.
I was getting excited for this upgrade, but Kanajashi was trying to hold out on me.
And then how many gats on each side would you like? Just like one gat on each side?
No.
So it would look like that?
No, let's get stupid with it. Like, at least 3.
At least 3 on each side? All right.
Yeah.
Let's get stupid with it. I like that. So how about that?
Yeah.
While I did a rework on the armor, which incidentally took me way too long, Kanajashi helped me set up the controls so I wouldn't accidentally shoot myself. Probably.
Oh, this thing's got some teeth now. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It looks great. There's 2 big Gatling guns off the sides.
I think Kanajashi liked it. Next, he worked on the back turret I planned for sniping.
1 or 2 barrels?
2.
Why don't I even ask?
I mean, we ain't taking any of this stuff back with us, so might as well use it.
I think he's starting to understand how I think.
Something like that?
Yes.
We had quite the upgrades going on to this thing, and I was loving it. Kanajashi was getting a little excited too.
What's gonna shoot? Whoa, shit. That's nice.
I didn't mean to shoot when I got into it.
Just goes off sometimes, I understand.
I'm sorry.
Nothing to be ashamed of. We've all been there.
Now it needs lights. Kanajashi added some spotlights to the custom turret arms so I can see what I'm shooting at. But I had one more thing in mind. This rover was looking more and more like some kind of military or police SWAT vehicle to me, so I leaned into it.
There we go.
Cop, Mars Edition.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Hey, no, never. Y'all will never do that again.
The actual cops were included in the filming of this video. Now we just need to field test it.
Missiles.
Whoa, missiles.
That's it. That's what we've been waiting for.
We headed out with me and the new rover and Kanajashi and his small flyer from last time.
He has an escort.
Detected.
Oh.
Moving to intercept.
Escort incoming. Escort coming in fast.
Yep.
Oh, his gun's gone.
How'd that work out for you?
It's safe to say that I like my new toy. Now I need a name for it.
Dude, this thing is awesome looking. Look at it with the lights blinking. Looks like it's got two little like claws or something, like a crab or something.
Yep.
Introducing the sand crab. We got back and tweaked the top turret a little, and then of course we had to test it again.
Think you can take it to the chest?
Maybe.
You're wrong.
I'll be alright.
No? Where'd you go?
I died. My body's 500 meters away.
I see it.
Now it was time to get real.
I'm thinking that airbase over there.
GCorp airbase?
Uh-huh.
Alright.
I was having fun with my new sand crab, so I offered the bus to Kanajashi.
It does look like a short bus, man. Following it from behind.
We warmed up on a convoy that just happened to cross our paths.
Oh, the assault cannons opened up.
Unknown hostiles showing up on scanners. Engaging.
It did not go well for the convoy, nor its escorts.
Oh, I got one.
See pieces everywhere. Look at this. I'm getting hit with scrap from way over here. It just rolled by me. That guy's just running. There's a little guy next to that big guy. So I can drive under it.
Then GCorp crossed the line.
Oh no, they shot my blue light.
Oh no.
Dickheads. I've only got one blue light.
The bastards.
Alright, that's it. No more Mr. Nice Bob.
I had to stop before we went back into battle.
Oh, I fixed it. Shoot my lights again, guys. See what happens. I see something flying around. Oh, I see some stuff.
They literally didn't know what hit them. We got a little closer to finish off the stragglers and then went after the big ship.
Oh, you hit it.
Oh, nice. It's going down.
It's just going along the ground. It's just hovering just close to the ground now.
Cover me.
Oh, impact!
Was that the big one?
Yeah, the big one is... Oh, I got a big hit on it.
Moving to intercept.
Uh-oh. They know we're here.
The little guy's coming. Little guy's coming. It's coming in fast. Oh, look at your turrets. Lighten them up.
Oh, no, no, no! No, 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 no! Don't! Oh, shit, I almost flipped over.
With that cleaned up, we moved on to the base, sitting back and shooting out as many of their guns as possible. We took some shots, and then they called in some drones.
GCorp facility threat.
Uh-oh, additional drones.
Directly above us.
All units confirmed.
We took them out pretty quickly.
Drone disarmed and returning for repairs.
I decided to send a message.
Oh, yeah? No repairs for you.
Kanajashi had his own message.
Oh, there's a little drone right here, and we'll run over.
We continued on to the airbase. It looked like it had seen better days. Apparently, there's a block in here that calls in the attack drones, and they wouldn't stop until we found it and took it out. We parked out front and went in with our grinders. The bus had really messed this base up already, but we needed to find the control block to stop the drones. I wasn't really sweating it since we had the bus and its 16 turrets parked out front. So we just backed up to the base and took everything of value.
Ooh, large reactor with 100 superconductors and 47 uranium.
100 superconductors would allow me to build a large grid railgun or 5 small grid railguns. I like railguns, if I haven't said that already. Just as we found the control block, another drone showed up.
Ah, found it. Here comes the enemy. It's engaging.
It did not go well for him either.
Ah, it's shooting at me.
Drone disarmed and returning for repairs.
No, you're not, bitch.
Let me take you out. Aha, he's down.
Back to looting.
But this is a yield module. This has 20 more superconductors. Each of these here in the center is another railgun.
I was definitely excited by the superconductor haul.
Hell yeah.
In our haste to grab everything, we had a little accident. Oh, shit. I think it's time to head back and clean up after a very successful raid. Alright, now it's time to make some drones of our own. Kanajashi set to turning the small GCorp drone he had requisitioned into a drone for our side, and I went to work on a small railgun drone based on a compact design I'd seen. We couldn't use blueprints or projectors here, so I just had to look at a picture and do my best. It came time to test Kanajashi's drone, so we headed after a shipment of medical components with some escorts. The drone had a railgun, but the AI just wasn't hitting the moving target.
He got caught on some trash. That's nice.
So as long as they hold still, we shouldn't have a problem.
Ooh, this is a big one too.
By now my drone was finished, and I was waiting to have the AI set up, which needed some of Master Kanajashi's expertise. I was a little nervous since my last attempt ended up with the drone flying off, never to be seen again. I still think about that drone sometimes. We also decided to set up some connectors on top of the bus to carry the drones into battle with us. The most important thing was to make sure this one would come home. This took a while.
Shit. Alright, how do I stop it?
Disconnecting from the base helped us sort it out. Kanajashi had to take over, but eventually sorted it out.
Timer's activated. Locked. Thrusters are off.
Awesome.
We started to do a field test.
Oh, wait. There's 3 escorts with it.
But there were 3 support drones, in addition to the cargo drone, and I didn't want to risk a 4-on-1.
We just got it working, and we don't have projectors.
So I decided to work on my second copy of the railgun drone. After finishing up the build, I used the remote control to bring it over to the bus to connect and program the AI. I made this one a little more compact by creating more AI blocks above the connector instead of on the back. This one I tried programming myself, in the middle of a dust storm. I was slowly making progress. As I was taking a break to recharge batteries, I noticed an autocannon magazine shipment and decided that I needed that. With all these guns, we definitely needed the ammo, and if we didn't use autocannon, we could break it down and use it to build other ammo. This one was off in a direction I hadn't explored much at all. It was past my crash site in the opposite direction of my tower base. I sat back and let my turrets take pot shots at them. And then, I got struck by lightning.
Ow.
It almost killed me in the cockpit. As I moved into range for the final attack, the escort looked to be running away. But then he turned around and tried to hit me from the side. What a punk bitch.
Anybody else?
With that out of the way, I claimed my prize.
You break in half.
But I did a little too much damage, and there was no prize left.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hey, you remember those scientists that were working on the biodomes we found out about at the secret weapons testing facility thing? Well, I noticed a marker for the MRE experiment site reference there off in the distance. While I was near there, I saw a distress signal appear, so I went in for a closer look. I didn't trust this at all, but I was curious.
Alright, I'm scared, but...
It looked like a large rover, probably bigger than my bus. I also noticed an active Gatling turret on top. I was within range, but it wasn't shooting.
Why hasn't that attacked me?
It was listed as neutral, but I'd seen that change quickly before, so I decided not to take any chances. So I switched my targeting to neutrals and let my guns disarm it. Unfortunately, I didn't notice my Gatlings were still set to propulsion. My bad. I left my ship above and nervously entered the wreck, which was much more of a wreck now. I used my grinder on anything I thought might call in reinforcements. I found some silver, power cells, and other components in the cargo containers. It honestly looked pretty cool.
Kinda want it.
And I could just imagine having that big open platform on the top carrying loads of drones into battle. Maybe if I'd found it sooner, but at this point I was committed to the bus, and honestly, I was just ready to get off this dusty hellhole. I decided to mark it and keep moving. I was near a ground base, and since the weather was actually clear for a change, I decided to take a look.
Just like the other one.
It had a different kind of drone patrolling out front, which I took a few shots at from a distance. You know, for science. It basically ran away. So I decided to see how close I could get to the ground base. I'd attacked an airbase already, but not a ground base. This is where the cargo was coming from, so I figured I'd only take out the ones farthest away to keep the shipments flowing to my base. My targeting system was trash from this distance, so I practiced some manual range finding until I was able to take out most of the turrets. Then I dipped just inside 1.2 kilometers to see how it would react.
Target identified. All units converge.
These drones were a little stronger than the ones I'd faced so far. They had rocket launchers.
Drone disarmed and returning for repairs.
I thought I could fly over the base and take out the remaining turret, but there were a few more on it than I thought, and I took some heavy fire, losing 2 Gatling turrets in the process and making me decide to disengage. There were a couple interior turrets I couldn't see on the back wall. While I was messing with them, another drone came in super fast. I backed off and took out his gun with my cannon, but he kept coming.
Bitch is trying to ram me.
As I was shooting at him, a piece of debris hit my cockpit and destroyed it.
Shit!
I had no control of my ship anymore and had to hope it wouldn't crash.
No!
I followed the drone to try to get some components to repair my ship. It didn't have a cockpit. Of course, it was a drone. Why would it need a cockpit? So I scrounged what I could and came back to find my ship in a burning heap on the ground.
I can't leave well enough alone.
This is a pattern for me. I keep pushing and pushing until I lose. I just wanted to get back to my base so I could try to repair it.
I can fix that.
The closest thing to me was the ice mine, which was about 4 kilometers away, so I started heading there for supplies. I hadn't been there in a while. I'd come quite a way since I rolled up here in that crappy orange rover. Unfortunately, I didn't have what I needed there, and had to go all the way back to the tower anyway. Back at the ship, I had the cockpit fixed and was in the process of setting it up to try to limp home, when Mars decided to kick me in the junk one more time.
Did I just get hit by lightning?
Bro! And wouldn't you know it, just as I was getting back, the storm cleared up. Thanks a lot, guys. That's super helpful. That little run to grab some cargo got way off track.
Alright, back to work on the drones.
I couldn't seem to get the drone's AI to function, so I got Kanajashi to help me sort it out.
Yeah, it's like when I disconnect them, they're just not flying. Even if I'm remote controlling them, I can't make them move.
Very strange.
Yeah.
While he did that, I decided to make a custom railgun turret for the bus. Because why not?
Whoop. Sorry.
My problem with the drones was they wouldn't move when I detached them. It boiled down to a few minor tweaks, but it would have taken me way too long to figure it out. So thank you, Kanajashi. Your help and expertise is greatly valued and appreciated. Now get back in the cryopod. I've got a ground base to get revenge on.
Alright, dude, Kanajashi came in and saved our butts.
I began the slow journey over to the ground base in my bus.
Watch out for the big rock.
As I rolled up into position, I decided it was time to give my railgun turret a field test. I'd say that's a pass.
That's not there anymore.
Now, let's get in a little closer.
GCorp facility threat, dispatching additional drones.
Hey, that's a good idea. I've got some drones to dispatch as well. After unlocking the drones on the roof, they took up position and started firing on the base. Then their drone came in.
Oh, it's like reverse rain.
Rain hell from below. Needless to say, we took out that drone.
Oops, I broke your drone.
Now for the base. We pushed in, targeting the remaining base weapons, and did a drive around the perimeter just to make sure.
Clear?
Now let's check out this base. That loud banging noise is a wrecked drone out front. I didn't know that at the time though, so it's going to be there for a minute. I'm sorry. This ground base was very cool. It would have been great to take this over for my own use, but now I just needed to find the controller that kept calling the drone support and destroy it. I searched everywhere. There were tons of cargo containers with all sorts of components in them. I imagine there were gas tanks here, but they didn't make it. They had a good-sized hangar bay to repair their drones, as well as a control room with an assembler.
Target found. All drones attacked.
Good luck.
Drone disarmed and returning for...
That didn't take long. It was interesting to see what the drone was programmed to do when returning for repairs. It looked like it wanted to go into the hangar, but I'd already taken out all the programmable blocks, so it just sat there. And the next one that we disarmed crashed into it. Lol. It took me entirely too long to find that stupid drone spawner. They were starting to stack up outside. As I was checking out the base, I noticed the GCorp Gatling turrets had a 1,200 meter AI aiming radius, which was 50% longer than mine.
That's not cool.
Mine may be shorter, but it was a lot wider, and definitely did more damage. I'd had enough of the banging and just started grinding everything to make it stop.
Oh.
I had depowered the base, but they were still coming. Then I finally found it under the base.
Aha, you bastard.
I'm starting to understand how these guys think. Hopefully I could do this much faster next time.
That is not what she said. I spent the rest of the day and into the night filling my bus with all the goodies I'd found.
Inventory full.
The reactor room was made of large grid heavy armor blocks, which had 50 metal grids in each of them. So I took all of those as well. Am I completely full? I shouldn't have to worry about grids for a while. My drones were docked and my bus was full. Let's start driving. It was a long, boring drive back, but I made it safely. Now it was time to unload and do some repairs. I honestly didn't take that much damage. I had so much stuff, I had to make a second large cargo container to hold it all. GCorp had been very generous with their donations lately. As soon as that was done, I headed back out to explore the MRE experiment site. This was going to be a long drive, especially with no radio. Motoring, what's your price for life? Finding Mr. Right. Dun 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 dun. Good thing I didn't have any passengers. I tried to be a good neighbor and clean up some trash along the way. It's gone. Whee! Good luck, buddy. We continued onwards. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round, all over town. The railguns on the bus go bang, 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 bang. Railguns on the bus go bang, 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 all over Mars. Almost there. It looked like the marker was below me, so instead of risking my bus, I parked and went out on foot, all sneaky like. Do 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 do. The marker was in the wall near the bottom of a crater. I definitely wasn't going to be driving my bus down there. The marker's showing as neutral, but I still don't trust that, and if there were guns, I wouldn't have any cover from my short bus. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous with this one. Seeing as all the researchers had been taken out, there could still be something here that could do the same to me. I cautiously entered the door.
Welcome back, anonymous researchers. The elevator is ready to take you down to the experiment area.
I don't know that I want to go down there. I didn't see any other options though. Looks like creepy elevator it is then.
Experiment completion progress at 342%.
That's too much.
Atmosphere is 95% nitrogen, 3% oxygen, 1% argon, trace amounts of carbon dioxide.
Okay. So don't take your helmet off. Check. There was a sensor at the door, so I used the control panel to see what else was connected. I didn't see any turrets, so that's good. I proceeded and found a room with a few cargo containers, so I helped myself to some better tools. Little did I know how much I'd need them.
Oh, very nice.
The airlock opened up into a huge cavern. It was pretty dark in there, and visibility was low.
That's spooky.
I couldn't get the overhead lights to work properly.
I'm scared.
It may have been a user error. I'm not sure. The first room I came to was a room marked explosives.
Okay, that's definitely explosives.
Next I came to what seemed to be the main building. It looked like it was in serious disrepair. There was a medbay I could fix though, along with an O2H2 generator and one oxygen tank. I took a moment to top off my tanks.
What does it say? Life support negative. Air control systems at 23% conclusion. Human repair needed. Estimated time 5 days.
That led to a reactor room, which also needed some work. Through a partially open door, it looked like something had blown up. There were more system error messages in here, but at least it had some backup power.
Well, that's good.
In the control room, I found 2 more messages. The first about movie night down at the beach, whatever that meant.
I found an old classic TV show. It was the best sci-fi of its time. Apparently, they only made 1 season in a movie because they were worried they would make all the other TV shows look bad. Firefly, maybe? And the second one was a little more concerning. Pittman, do not even think of using that experimental jump drive to hide the freighter in the cavern. If you get the calculations off, you could damage both it and the experiment. A jump drive? Wait, what?
I saw something at the far end of the cavern.
What is that?
I went back out the way I came in and flew down to investigate. This must be the beach that was mentioned.
Is this movie night? Nice. Firefly. Well, at least I went out doing something fun. Is that ice?
Looks like there was some ice here as well.
Now to check out this monstrosity at the far end.
Scans show an ancient Iguana-class freighter. None of its systems are active. Repairing it will take some time, but it may also be your only way to leave Mars safely.
This thing was massive and pretty busted up as well. Oof. I had a look around, having never seen this type of ship before. That's cool. Looks like there's no power in this thing either. I guess this was the bridge. Yikes. I briefly considered repairing it. Hell to the no, to the no. Then thought better of it. Honestly, I was back and forth on it.
Alright, so part of me wants to fix this thing.
I flew around the outside to get a better look. It had hydrogen engines, but they were in need of repair. I didn't know how to make them, but maybe I could repair the ones already here. We'd have to test that later. My suit power was running out, so I had a seat to recharge.
Alright, so let me think about this.
There were a lot of repairs needed here, and it would be a big pain to get components down to this cavern. But no one was shooting at me at least, so we got that going for us. Oh, and I got the lights on.
Alright, there we go.
I looked around and didn't see any other ways in or out, so I'd have to dig myself out. Fix it or not, I'd still need to drive my bus back to the tower base.
Well, unfortunately, I had all the parts and I unloaded them.
I'll think about this on the drive home.
At least nothing shot at me there, so that's nice. That's something new.
As I was driving, I remembered Karen telling me there was a way to escape the planet at GCorp headquarters as well. So on the way home, I stopped by to check them out.
The place looks big.
Now for a closer look.
I mean, it looks already busted up.
I checked to see what everyone thought.
What do you say?
No one seemed to object, so
let's do this.
I moved in just to do a quick check on their defenses.
I'm requesting clearance. Is it granted?
I released my drones for cover and they immediately engaged the enemy's perimeter defense turrets. Those were the ones that took down my big ugly box ship that seems like forever ago. Then I pulled my bus into range for the long guns. I sat a kilometer back and worked on the base. Then they called in air support.
GCorp facility threatened. Dispatching additional drones.
I really had no good angle to see them on top of me, so I just kept moving and hoped my AI would take them down.
I don't know what's going on up there.
I got them, but was down a few gats on the roof.
Oh, damn.
And when I strayed too close to the building, I lost a few more.
Dude, they got a bunch of my turrets.
Realizing I didn't have any more supplies to fix them, I pushed, making sure they got a look at my best side. I circled my way in, letting the AI take out everything it saw. My railgun drones were still out there, programmed to stay back a kilometer and shoot from range.
Oh, you lost your beacon, but you're still flying.
I pulled right up to them since things seemed to be quieted down for the moment.
All right, let's go in and see what happens.
If I could get that drone spawner, maybe I could take the HQ. My turrets had targeted the interior turrets as well, shredding the building.
Your shit looks broken.
I decided to start at the top.
Hello?
Not seeing anything there, I headed for the main entrance.
May I have clearance to approach?
Welcome to GCorp. All visitors please report to reception.
Okay. Where's reception?
I found some kind of power room, and as I was taking out the power, I heard another GCorp drone strike called in.
GCorp facility threatened. Dispatching additional drones.
Hopefully the bus could take care of itself. I decided I'd better check to be sure. Everything looks good to me.
Drone disarmed and
I decided
returning.
before I went running around the building, I should probably fix my turrets first. So I went looking for components. Luckily, there were some crashed drones that volunteered their parts to help the cause. Just as I got them fixed, 3 more drones showed up.
Good luck.
We messed these guys up, and they kind of just glided into the building. They did take out my railgun turret, though. It wasn't great on moving targets, so I wasn't super worried. Not only were we getting the called-in attack drones, but also the cargo shipments and their escorts coming in from a few different directions. Some of these were coming in with rocket launchers, which smashed up my bus as it just sat there.
Hey, dude, that's a dick move.
I fixed what I could and then decided to go looking for the drone spotter. I also took out all the power that I could, not that it really helped me last time. Inside, I found a huge rocket. This looked all set to go, until I blew a few big holes through it. Not sure if this was worse than the other one now. With no luck so far and a full inventory, I hurried back to the bus.
How we doing? Oh no. We lost one.
I was winning, but the cost was high, and I had to keep fixing turrets to stay ahead of this. Once I got it fixed again, I pulled it under the building as best I could to give me some more cover from those rockets. I went searching for anywhere they could have hidden that block.
Aha! Suck on that!
With that out of the picture, and hopefully the last wave of drones, I released mine and backed up to try to avoid more damage.
I see drones falling.
I was excited.
I think I did it. I think I did it. Now how the hell do I get out of here? I rode up the elevator and went to the rocket control room. Dun, 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 dun. I found the bay doors and opened them, probably a little prematurely. Oh, that's cool. The rocket seemed to be leaning a little. Bruh. The inside was pretty messed up, and damn near all the thrusters were busted. Can I make hydrogen engines? Tanks, but not engines. Without the ability to make engines, I'd have to find a way to repair these to get off planet and tell on GCorp. Alright, so we gotta fix something. My plan was to go back to my base and grab my stuff to fix this rocket, mainly because it was closer. Alright, that's funny. The problem was the convoys kept converging on the spot and were now bringing 3 to 4 ships in total. So I could have 8 on me at once, split from 2 directions. The only way to stop this would be to take out those individual bases. I decided I'd go back to the Iguana class. It was underground and further away, but no one was shooting at me, and I didn't think it was quite as busted up. I went back to base, fixed my bus, threw a large cargo container in the back, and headed out. I wasn't able to carry everything with me, as it would have been way too heavy, and I was afraid of flipping the bus over. At least the weather was nice for this drive. This time I drove to the opposite end of the crater and parked pretty close to the edge, since I figured I'd probably be back and forth a lot. I put a GPS location inside the ship I was fixing, so I could see a straight path to it from above. The plan was to drill a hole from the bus to the cavern. Now to build a drill ship. I built a little platform off the top of my bus and went to work. Here's what I ended up with. Large cargo, 4 drills, and a bunch of thrusts to hold the weight. I figured I could also use this to carry supplies down to the cavern. Alright, let's dig a hole. I decided after a few minutes that drilling 600 meters sucked, and would find an easier way in. I started digging right by the entrance, and just like that, I was in. Now for some supplies. Each time I went through the hole, I tried to make it a little bit bigger. First thing we need to do is set up power. I put a connector on the Iguana, that's what I'm calling it for now. Built some cargo containers, got a hydrogen engine and O2H2 generator set up. Then I grabbed a load of ice and got the power going. I would need to use this to fill some hydrogen tanks as well for the flight. I had no idea how much these engines would use, but I was guessing it was a lot. I patched the hull and worked on the engines while keeping an eye on the ice to make sure I was filling that hydrogen tank. Next, I fixed one of the small reactors to power the ship so I could turn off the hydrogen engine. This rusty green color was making my eyes hurt, so I gave it the black dust paint job, fixed the hangar doors, then worked on piping up all the hydrogen engines. Hey, there we go. With all the engines going, it was time to see if I could get it off the ground. Well, something blew up. But I didn't notice anything missing from the ship. No gaping holes or missing thrusters. I have no idea what blew up. Then I noticed the back of the cargo bay. Oh shit. When I hit P to release the landing gear, it also released the connector and the ship fell over. And we all know we shouldn't use P for that. But I did. With that fixed and my landing gear released now on the control panel, it was time to try again. And I got her up. Bob is an expert on pulling out of tight places. She was a heavy girl, and I had to keep tapping the upward thrust or we'd fall down. But I was able to back her up and get her leveled out. How are we looking? Pretty good. With no visible day cycle, I lost track of time down here. I think all told, it took about 4 days to fix the ship and make sure it was flight worthy. Now I just needed to get out of here somehow, and fill the hydrogen tanks. Drilling in the small ship was taking too long, and it was pretty hard to measure the distance to see if I would fit. So I decided to cover the back end of this thing with drills. How's that look? Badass is how it looks. It's safe to say I was pretty proud of myself here. Looks fun, doesn't it? It took another day to get those all built, since I had to craft most of the components. As I was finishing, a thought occurred to me. You know what I've never messed with? A warhead. I'm kind of curious. I figured I might as well try to see if I could blow my way out of this. I've heard it works for some people. I could feel how close I was to escape, and couldn't wait to try blowing something up. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit closer to blowing the shit out of this. I had no idea how to best use these, so I read the instructions. Can be used to destroy asteroids, enemy ships, and stations safe when unarmed. They can be detonated manually by taking damage or set to detonate after amount of time. Nice. Built one and then accidentally started the timer. Oh shit, that's counting down. I'm sure I'm far enough away, right? Ooh. The explosion was impressive. The result, not so much. Did that do anything? I tried 3 next, armed them all, and shot one to set them off. Again, impressive exploding, but no big hole. Alright, well that sucks nutsacks. It's not all that bad, I guess. I still get to play with this huge drill. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I had one last look to make sure I was all lined up. I think we're good. Last thing I needed was a camera to see where I was going. And now let's see if all that work paid off. I was being very careful. Easy does it. My MO is to get very close. Almost to the end. And then break something because I was impatient. Almost there. Not this time, I told myself. And then it stopped. One more check before the final push. I don't know why it stopped right there. It's like I've been in this hole for so long I don't want to leave. We're leaving, baby. We are leaving. Ah, the landing gear must have locked on me. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All told, it took 6 days, but we got her free. I slowly pulled her out of that dusty hole and brought her to rest near the rim, safely beside my bus. Dun, 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 dun. Holy shit, it's out! I flew around it in open air for the first time. Get a look at this big mamma jamma. Now to remove all these drills. She was burning through hydrogen pretty fast. I thought I remembered some fuel tanks at a few of the bases I'd raided. I wasn't sure, so I popped up my GPS and set some markers to check. I'm almost positive that refueling place had 2 tanks. I made another large hydrogen tank and large cargo container for the Dirty Lizard. That's what I'm calling her with the new paint job. Instead of gathering more ice and waiting, I decided to go try to find some hydrogen laying around. All right. Time to ride off into the sunset. Let's do it. After I turned stockpile off, that is. Bruh. So I could actually use the hydrogen tanks. There we go. Let's get moving. Bye, school bus. I didn't know it at the time, but this was the last time I'd be seeing that magic school bus of mine. Thank you for your service. It was a clear day with no bad guys on the radar, mainly because we were far away and I turned off a lot of markers. I got home with about 14% fuel left. Now I needed to throw some atmospheric thrusters on the Dirty Lizard to help me offset some of the hydrogen fuel deficiency I had. The ship wasn't the only one running low on fuel.
Fuel critical.
Thanks. Could have used that information a few minutes ago. But hey, better late than never is what people say who suck. As I worked on the large atmospheric thrusters, a dust storm came up. Have I mentioned I hate dust storms? I'm not going to miss them at all when I'm out of here. While waiting on some components for the final thrusters, I decided to jetpack over to the refueling station just to be sure there was hydrogen there. Oh no, that shit's empty. I knew I had seen full hydrogen tanks somewhere recently. I just couldn't remember where the heck it was. I went to the medical station nearby. Ow. And I actually needed to use it after that landing. Hey, I didn't die. That was nice. 50%. Well, that's something. I'd like more, though. I checked the Flight Research Center. This one had oxygen tanks, not hydrogen. Then the airbase nearby. Nothing. Well, damn it. There was half a tank at the ice mine, but I'd have to drill and or pipe a long way to get it. I was over drilling. We'd have to make it work. Finally, I checked the ground base I'd taken over. Nothing there either. Damn it, I thought I had tanks somewhere. Why do I have that in my head? Well, the reason was because the rocket at GCorp was fully fueled, but I just couldn't remember that at the time. With my atmospheric thrusters complete, I could take myself up about a quarter of the way before engaging my hydrogen engines. Maybe what I had plus half a tank at the med station would get me to orbit. Only one way to find out. Oh, then a thought hit me, like a shot to the face. I don't have any defenses on this ship. What if I run into trouble in space? I'd be so screwed. Better get that sorted before I leave. I'm not rebuilding this thing again. An artillery turret on the nose and a pair of gats on each side, and I was sorted. Just needed to test the guns. It was mounted upside down, so it looked a little weird, but it works. That works. And I'm off. Yeah. Where am I going? Over to the med outpost, then I'm telling on GCorp. Oh, that didn't sound good. Sure, everything's fine. I just needed to add some connectors, hook them together, and siphon the gas. This should be super easy.
Oh, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
And by super easy, I mean hard. When I got to the control panel, the tank was empty. Wait, what the f- Oh, I just sucked it up just like that. Instantaneous, huh? Alright, 42%. Alright, are we ready?
It's time. For real. Now or never. 40,000 meters up to break the pull of gravity. If we crash and burn, it's over. I'm done with this.
Let's go!
We should probably close the hangar doors. I went straight up with my atmospheric thrusters.
Look at that.
I look back at what had been my world for the last month. I definitely left my mark on the place. See what I did there? Because of the holes? Yeah, you got it. I knew you're smart if you made it this far. At 7,000 meters, we made the turn and switched to hydrogen. Hopefully we had enough. I took some pictures to commemorate the occasion. I was now 15,000 meters up.
Man, I hope I can make it.
20,000 meters, and I could see the sun peeking around the planet. Wow, what a view. A few more pictures for the album. $30,000 meters.
How we doing? 33%. I think we're good.
I was using less fuel now since the gravity was decreasing the farther I got from the planet.
I'm in space!
Now we have to get to the comms and spread the word before GCorp gets us. It was 24 kilometers away. I saw some weird donut asteroid.
What the hell's that?
And really kind of wanted to check it out, but I decided against it. I was on a mission, and I was determined to stay focused. I hit the thrusters, turned off the dampeners, and started the final leg of my journey.
I'm gonna tell on you, GCorp!
We have successfully escaped the Martian gravity well. No pursuit detected.
I thought I'd been escaped.
Karen's always got to chime in on things. As I approached, the green marker disappeared, and I could see it was marked as neutral.
Oh, I see it!
Maybe it was that easy. Then it turned red.
Uh-oh.
I slowly creeped into range. I was afraid to blast it for risk of destroying the satellite, like I'd done to GCorp's rocket at their headquarters.
Oh, this is it. This is when I figure out if I put enough guns on this damn thing. That scared me.
I took a look.
We good?
I got closer. I circled it nervously.
I don't know why I'm so scared. I guess it's because, like, if my ship gets destroyed, I'm screwed.
It was time. Now or never.
Here goes.
Their range was 1.2 kilometers. Once we get inside that, we'll know for sure.
Gats are cool. Transmitting data on all frequencies. Scenario is complete. It is recommended to remove...
We did it. Transmitting on all frequencies. There is no way the corporation can stop evidence of their illegal weapons stockpiling spreading throughout the galaxy. Well done.
We did it!
I feel like I did most of the work, but your assistance was appreciated.
Assistance? I did everything. Bits of something. Take that to Mickey.
Searching data files. Oxygen form technology unlocked.
Oh, that's super helpful right now.
All technologies unlocked.
Oh. Thanks. Convoy arrived. Still going about business. We did it!
Hey, if you made it all the way to the end, let me know in the comments down below. I really appreciate you watching. Thanks again. And if you like this kind of content, I've got a couple other 100-day videos similar to this for space engineers. I've also got a traditional playthrough right now on the channel. Like, subscribe, all that stuff if you want to see more. And hey, remember, if you're going to be a Bob, have fun with it. We'll see you next time.